So big welcome everyone to this cryptocurrency masterclass hosted by me and my business partners, Danish and Navid. I'll be the speaker for today. And my name is Emil. And, you know, in the past 7 years, I've been a part of the cryptocurrency market. I remember back in 2015 or 14, I started making my first Bitcoin transactions, not realizing what I was doing. I was paying for products and services. I was paying for some online stuff. And I started realizing that, it's something very interesting, because for the first time, no one was asking me for anything and I could do transactions globally. So it opened up for me. But then I went studying civil engineering and industrial economy. And during that journey, I started understanding how the financial system works. And by doing that, it really clicked in my mind. And I said, okay, the current financial system is going to collapse, and we are witnessing right now. And me and my business partners and those around me, we spoke about this 5-6 years ago. Everything is gonna be completely collapsing, which is happening now with hyperinflation, and which is the beginning. Banks are, defaulting on the debt. It's a lot of challenges happening in the world right now, and we're seeing that what is happening. And I knew that cryptocurrency has to be that next step. I knew that cryptocurrency has to be the next step. So for the past 7 years, not only have I digging into this space, as I see this as a path of freeing ourselves, a path for humanity to gain control and independence, but also I realized how much profits can be made. And today's call, we're going to talk about more on the profit side of cryptocurrency. We're not going to go into any sort of background. We're not going to go into what cryptocurrency is. We are now going to jump in how to find those 100x projects, because when we look at the cryptocurrency market, we're looking at this space. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies, and we're seeing a very interesting thing happening as more and more companies, governments, high net worth individuals are moving capital into the cryptocurrency markets. And what me and my business partners were doing in the past years were we were looking at the markets, and we start trying to find projects that did this 100 times money. And, it doesn't have to be 100, 10x, making these big gains. And we were sitting there and asking ourselves, now, what is the reason this coin explodes and this coin it doesn't, and this one fails? And what is the reason for all of this? And we started watching the markets for years. I would remember I was sitting from morning 6 in the morning until 3 a.m. and I was watching the markets in 2016. And we were seeing all these coins, and we started getting into a few of them, and we did a few 100x. It's crazy when you're sitting and every time you update your application, you see the money is just growing and growing. And what happened, a lot of money were made, but then the first lesson was made. We saw the market come back down, and now we lost everything. This was back in 2017. But what we had learned was an experience of spotting these projects, and we said, okay, we're down in a downtrend. We are expecting another bull market. And we started now looking during the time where it was quiet, looking for projects. We set up different groups, Telegram groups. We combined a few people with different insights, different backgrounds. We were discussing every single day what projects are good, where can we go in. And we went into the most dodgiest projects that did 20x, 100x. We went into projects without websites, when we have no idea about the founder, but we were able to understand that this project is going to go to 100x. And we went into them, and it did. Now, it had, of course, it's not like there's magic or that we are, able to read the market more than anyone else, but we had the experience. And when we picked 10 of them, we could actually have a few of them making that 100x. So what happens, we created a manual for ourselves. We found ways on how we are looking at different projects. And we found ways on how we were spotting this project in early stages, and we went into them. And that is what we have done. And this is the time to start doing it again. Because during these times when the market is down, that is when we want to do this. Because when the market is pumping, it is going too crazy, and you won't have time to learn this. And everything is exploding. And right now we're at a time and a space where we are moving into markets. I'm going to show you what this is happening right now. We are right now, as you see on the picture, at this bottom here, where the whole crypto market went almost $3 trillion in total market cap, and is now down to under 1 trillion. Now, a lot of people would now move away from crypto, get fearful, get emotional, which all people are doing. But what we are doing with our experience from the past many years is that now we're intensifying our efforts because we know we found a bottom and it's about to go up. It's about to get to the next level. It's about to completely explode. And that is where the big money is being made. So when we're looking at this and we're looking at this kind of metrics here that we, for the past 70 days, we had extreme fear. We had a lot of people fearing in the market, and something I've learned. And one of my good friends, a good trader who is extremely good at spotting trades, he was saying to me, Emil, you know, when you look at this fear and greed index, when you buy is when people have the most fear. When you do, you're going to profit most of the times. And when we look back in the past, we see every single time there's extreme amount of fear, as you see in 2019, what happened? The market followed with a bull run. Every time there's fear, you should move into the market. This is something we have to learn, and we have to go against our own emotions. And that is something very, very important for each and every one of us that is on this call. Now we are in that time again. Okay, we're at that time again. And even though everyone is in extreme fear, when we're asking people, you know, how do you expect to, how do you want to invest into cryptocurrency in the coming 6 months? 54% of people say they will invest more. But what are they waiting for? The people are waiting for the market to move, and then they join. So now is the time to move. When everyone else joins, that's when you can sell. And there's going to be liquidity for you to be able to sell and profit. Now, this is the game the biggest in the markets are playing. And this is something I was want to introduce to you before we go into today's training, because this is an understanding of the timing of the market right now. Understanding that when there's fear, this is when you are greedy. When there is greed is when you get fearful. It is that simple. And that is what we have to have with us as we're moving through this training today. Now, when we look at the cryptocurrency market, you know, we're looking at this market. When we were back in 2016, 17, you know, we had 1,000 cryptocurrencies to choose from. It's quite, you know, we were able to go through them all. It took some time and a lot of hours, but we were going through all of them. So actually, literally in 2017, I think I was reading the white paper of probably 1,000 different cryptocurrencies. Now, today, that's our harder job to do, because today we have 20,000 cryptocurrencies on the market. So what we need is to be able to follow a few steps. And this is based on my own analysis, because the question we're going to ask is which one? Which one are we choosing? I'm going to talk about today which one I believe are the 3 things that I'm looking at when I'm looking at cryptocurrency, and how I'm defining if this is a good project to go into. And it's based on our own experience. Now, there's many ways of doing this. I know many people having different ways of fundamental analysis or analytical analysis, different ways. This is our way, me and my business partners, of whatever worked for us. So let's go into it. When we're looking at the crypto market, we are looking at 3 things, okay? We're looking at 3 things. Number 1 is something called tokenomics. And I don't know what the level of knowledge is on this call, so I'm gonna explain each word here. Tokenomics is simply looking at the cryptocurrency. How many are there? You know, how is there good timing to buy right now? Has the market already moved and the coin already moved? Is the highest price too high? There's a lot of things with tokenomics I'll look into soon. How are the coins distributed? All of that we're going to cover soon. Utility and value proposition. What is the unique, you know, place in the market? And community. And I believe community is the most important part. And when you start looking at these things, and you're looking at this from a point of view of really zooming in on this, you're going to see the market very differently. Because I'm going to prove to you something right now, because most people, they are looking at the markets in the wrong way. And this is why. Now, I want everyone to get active with me in the chat, and I want you to type out in the chat if you think that you know, this is a good project. Would you like to invest into this coin? Or would you be afraid of investing into it? You see, it has been going down for a very long period of time. It's gone down here. And I want to ask you 2 questions. Do you think that this coin is a good investment? And secondly, what coin do you think this is? Let me see in the chat, guys, because I have to be interactive with you guys. Okay, someone guessed PLCU is actually wrong. There we go. Let's see, guys, we can get some more. We got some different here. Okay, so We got some different ones. Is this, would you invest in this, guys? Would you invest in this one? Like if you look at the graph, you don't know what, I have not said which coin this is, okay? I have not said what coin it is. Would you invest in this right now, looking at this right now, guys? Yes, Marie, you cracked it. Not enough analysis. We can't say yes or no while looking at this, guys. But most people in the markets, what is happening is people are looking at the graph and they're saying, oh, it's going down, it must fail. Or, oh, it's going up, it must succeed. The problem with this is we become emotional, and what we need to do is to really, really zoom out. We really need to zoom out. And that is the most important part, guys. It is the most important part to zoom out. And I'll explain to why. When we are zooming out, we get the full picture. We need to zoom out to begin with. And this is something that we're going to do with you right now, because when we zoom out here, what we are seeing is that this is the Bitcoin graph. And what I was showing you guys is this part right here. Now, a lot of people that is getting emotional, they're looking at this and they say, and yes, this is Bitcoin, by the way. Someone looking at this, they would say, if I stopped it on here right before this pump, you would say, wow, this is incredible. I would like to buy it. But when you look at the downtrend, a lot of people were selling, and we saw this in the markets. We are looking at this in the wrong way, where people are looking at these graphs and they are getting emotional with the movements of the markets. But we cannot get any information from that. We need deeper analysis. And this is something that's the reason I hold this call today. A lot of people we're looking at, we have a big part of PLCU community on the call today. PLCU as an example, a lot of people are looking at it and they're looking at the price, and it's going down, it's going up, look at the graph, and they're watching me and my business partners, and they say, guys, why are you not reacting? The reason is because we are not people that look at something like this and make a decision. This is how a beginner in the crypto market, we don't look at this and make a decision. This does not matter to us at all. What matters to us is understanding where we are and what comes next, and why that would come next. What we want to do is to position ourselves during this time, so when the big times comes, we are well positioned. So this is very, very important, guys. It's very important to understand this, because this now we understand how to look at projects after I'm going through the coming points. So what is it that we're looking for? We're looking at tokenomics. We're looking at as a further analysis. We're looking at utility and value proposition. We're looking at community. So when we're looking at tokenomics, what are we looking for? We're looking for the mathematics here. Is the mathematics in my favor? And what I mean by that, if you look at market capitalization, which is one of them, what we're looking for when we look at market cap, and I'm going to show you guys now what market cap is. Market cap is when you're looking at Bitcoin, for example, you take the amount of coins, which is 19 million coins in market, and you multiply it by the price of the coin, you get a market cap. And this is what we would look at initially. The price of the coin does not matter. It is the market cap. You see, you've got one coin here, it's 19,000 at the top, and then you've got, a coin here at $1, a stable coin, and still at the third place. A lot of people are just looking at the price. You need to look at market cap. And when we look at market cap, we are dividing cryptocurrencies into 3 categories. We're looking at the large caps. That's those cryptocurrencies with more than 10 billion in market cap. Okay, so the big ones we are looking here, it's actually the large cap right now. We have here a lot of cryptocurrency with over, let me see here, the billion here, a lot of large caps around here. So we look at around the top 10 cryptocurrencies are the large cap. Then we got the middle cap, which is the between 1 billion and 10 billion. Okay, and that is of course from here and all the way down, quite far down. Then we got the small cap with less than 1 billion. Our experience, what we're looking at, if you want to hit that 100x and have these massive gains, you will want to find a coin that is less than 1 billion in market cap. The reason is because it got that growth potential, because you want to be on the journey from that small coin moving into the mid cap and then into the large cap. And if it's managed to get to large cap, you have made incredible profits. incredible profits, guys. So this is extremely, extremely important to understand crypto markets by market cap and what market cap does. Now, this is also depending on your risk potential or risk reward analysis or risk appetite, really. Now, if you want to have the lowest risk, you should go into large cap, but you will have a lower reward. If you look at mid cap, you have a smaller risk, or sorry, a little bit bigger risk, and you have a little bit bigger reward. But if you look at the small cap, of course, you're gonna have a bigger risk, but you're gonna have the biggest reward. So today's call is dedicated to 100x coins. So what we wanna really focus on is those small cap coins under $1 billion. That gives us a coin with good growth potential, and that is where money is being made. Now, the next thing I would look at is the launch strategy. How did the coin get out in the market and how is it distributed? Now, there's different ways of doing it. Many do ICOs where you see a pump and dump in the beginning because a lot of people get coins extremely cheap in the beginning, hit the market, there's a sell-off, and we can see different patterns from that. Who holds the tokens? Is the owners holding 60% of the tokens, etc. Now, it's important to understand how to, and we're going to go into a real example soon, guys, where I'm going to break every point down. I'm giving the overview right now. So it's important to look at how the company actually launched the coins and how they are distributed inside the community. Number 3 is the maximum supply and the circulating supply. And asking yourself, is it deflationary, inflationary, or is it a capped amount of coins? What I mean by that, if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is capped at around 20 million coins. And these 20 million coins is never going to be more. So it's capped at that. So if we want to look at a coin that is inflationary, what it means is that we're going to have more production of coins. There's no hard cap, Dogecoin, other coins on the market, where there's no limit to production of coins. When we look at those coins, we are looking at, of course, we need a bigger and growing and more explosive demand to maintain the growth of the amount of coins. But when you look at the deflationary coin, which I think is the most interesting, it is when you find a coin that's decreasing in amounts on the markets, which means that with the same amount of demand, the price can go up. And when you have a bigger demand with a deflationary coin, you have the best of two worlds. So I would look at, okay, is there a set supply or is it deflationary? Those two things is I would look at. If it's inflationary, then it is much more likely, if you look at smaller projects, that they have to really explode the demand to be able to catch up to that inflation of coins in the market. So number 1, tokenomics. All right. Number 2 is ask yourself, why is it that someone would buy this asset? So let me ask everyone in chat, what is the value proposition of Bitcoin? What is the utility of Bitcoin? The key utility. It can be many of them right now, but let me get in the chat, guys. What is the key utility of Bitcoin? Of course, my business partner was so quick, so no one is going to get a chance here. Navid is really getting it correctly there. Store of value is today the key value proposition of Bitcoin. Of course, spending it, transacting it globally without limitation, the decentralized nature of it, etc., etc. But today, there's better options for many of those things. What is the key utility for Bitcoin is store of value. And that is why someone would buy this asset. But when we're looking at utility, we should ask ourselves, is this asset solving a problem? Is it generating demand by solving that problem for that coin? Is that demand generated short term, or is it just long term, can it be pump and dump? Or is that your long-term plan where there is a long-term problem that people will have for a long period of time that's going to generate for this coin? So if you have a coin, and yes, we have instances like Dogecoin, etc., that there was no more utility than the fun of it for the coin to go up in value. But if you're looking at real project that is going to maintain value, and if we want to now lower our risk and really look at those high growth potential coins, it is important to find something that holds utility in the market, a reason for people to buy it. And if you can tap into the masses, and the masses wants to buy your coin, what is going to happen? You now have a greater opportunity to generate bigger demand, which increases the price. You also want to look at future development. Some projects, they might have hit the peak already of development, and it's going to be overtaken by other companies or other coins or projects. Now we want to ask, is this company holding any intellectual property? Do they have any future developments? Do they have plans for the future to grow, to explode? What is the roadmap of the company? Will there be coming events that will be exciting for the price that you can now, of course, trade? There's many things that we need to look at, and the future projection of this coin. And competitors, of course, is what can kill a coin is their competitors on the market. Is someone doing it better? Does someone have more experience? Does someone solve it in a better way? All of these things matters when we're looking at the coin. So number one, tokenomics. And I'll break this down to you soon so you can look into it. Number two is utility and value proposition in the market. And number three is probably the most important, because this point alone can get a coin to go up. With zero tokenomics in your favor and zero utility in market, the community can get the coin to 100x. Of course, it's not going to maintain it most times, because long term you need something of value and fundamental value. But when you look at the community, you got to ask, are there raving fans behind this project? And what I like to do a lot is to go into like social media channels and Telegram groups and look at like, what is the culture? Are people excited? Are people, burning for this? Or how do they have physical events? Do people like come with the shirts of the logo? What is the culture of this? And how big is the community? The bigger the community you have, the more power you have. And the bigger and the better the culture. If you have a culture of people like raving fans, like these people on the picture, if people are raving fans for your coins and they get emotional about it, you have an asset that people are going to be fighting for, and that is something incredible. I remember me and my friends back in the days, we were literally finding coins by looking at Telegram channels. We were looking at coins in the Telegram channels, and then we look into the Telegram and we're looking at how are people talking? Are people excited? Are people doing this? And what happened was, through that excitement, we could find out, okay, this coin is going to pump because these people are so excited, and it's going to reflect on the market. So what happened? We bought that coin, it pumped. So a lot of times we can look at this and look at the community, look at the way, how big are they today? What are the culture and are they growing? We want to look at the growth of the community. Do they have a strategy of growing in the community? Do they have a plan for online or offline marketing to expand and get more raving fans? This is very important because many don't. And many don't even have social media channels. Many are not doing offline events. They have no physical presence. They're not attending cryptocurrency conventions. They're not doing any sort of gathering or community. And this is something that it is leaving it to the community itself to grow, and sometimes it's in hidden channels and the community never gets to that big level. And this is one of the key points of any cryptocurrency, is a community of raving fans. And that is the first thing that we were looking for. We will look where is the excitement? How many people are tweeting about this? How many people are talking about this? How many people are in the Telegram channel? What are they saying? These things are important metrics of finding good projects in the early stages. Very, very important. Now, then also it's what are they doing for retention? How are they keeping these people? Are these people going to come and be partying for a week and then be gone? Or is this a continuous plan of keeping these people? So not only growing, but keeping people. And this is something we're looking at. Like, do they have future developments? Do they have something to engage the people in the community, in the project, where people are benefiting from the growth of the project? All of these things are important things that we were looking at back in the days when we were picking cryptocurrency, and we're looking at today in the market. We're scouting the markets, guys, all the time. So what I want to do now, after looking all of this, we have now, of course, been looking into what it requires and what are our 3 different ways. We're looking like this, and we get blown away like this guy when we really understand how to look into a project. And we look for these 3 things. Now, I know we have a lot of PLCU members on the call. I think 99% of the people on the calls are people from the PLCU community. And therefore, I'm going to do an analysis on the PLCU coin with these 3 points in in consideration, and you can see why me and my business partners are engaged in this project and why we believe that this project of PLCU is one of the most promising projects based on our own analysis that I will share with you now of the coming few years, and how this project has 100x potential, and how this project has a few extra things that's not in this picture that adds on to the value of this project, and also why the coin price does not matter at the moment. We are, as I've shown you before, we are in times where there is extreme fear in the crypto market. We've seen the whole crypto market going from 3 trillion to under a trillion. It is extreme fear. This is going to affect all cryptocurrencies, but it doesn't matter what the price is. It doesn't matter what the graph looks like. What matters is tokenomics, utility value proposition, community, and how this is going to play out going forward. That is where the money is going to be made. That is how it's working. So I want us to do this right now. And I want us to use this as an example to understand what I'm doing, to look into the tokenomics of PLCU, looking at the utility and value proposition, and then the community. So let's start with the tokenomics. When we're looking at this, I was talking about having tokenomics of under $1 billion. So the PLCU project, if you're looking at this right now, we look at the block explorer, we have here, we have a total supply of coins of 575,000 coins. And there is a price of $1,238. So that's around, quick math, $700 million in market cap. And I'm going to explain why, even though this number is close to $1 billion, it is actually the market cap can actually come down even further as the burning of this coin happens, which I'll talk about soon. But the first thing we looked at here is, okay, it's the growth potential. Yes, this is a small cap coin under $1 billion. That is the first thing we're looking at. So there's extreme growth potential. This coin can move into a mid cap coin and into a large cap coin over time. And this is the growth journey that we want to be a part of. Now, when we look at launch strategy and token distribution, when we're looking at PLCU as a project, and we look at how they were launching their coin, we all know that, or everyone in the community knows, that the company did not do any ICO. The company hold 0 coins themselves in the initial stages, and they burn all the coins they receive. So what happens is that the community holds all the coins, and the community are the one bringing coins into circulation. There was no one buying coins at an exclusive rate, at a cheaper price than the rest of the world. Everyone had the same chance when they launched on the market. So with this, I know that PLCU had a fair distribution of tokens on the market, and it's not one person getting it all. It's spread out over a big user base of people that is minting these coins. So I know there's going to be a spread out of coins. I know that the company does not hold any coins. I know they burn their own coins. And now we have really removed a lot of landmines, because a lot of companies, they're doing a pump and dump. They hold all the coins and they go and dump it. So this is something that we looked into when we look at the launch of the coin, and looking, of course, at the white paper of this project. This is something that that also gives us a check here on the launch strategy, and that it goes along with our way of looking at the good projects, and is removing a lot of potential red flags with a project is holding too much coins themselves, or too big of an ICO, because an ICO is purely, looking at an idea and then taking this idea to gather money and then take the money to build the idea. Okay, so when this company, different of PLCU, they did not need the money, and that's why they did not do an ICO. What I mean by that is that this company actually had been working for 6 years to build value, and when they launched the coin, they just needed community. So what they did is that they allowed the community to benefit from the creation of coins. No ICO, and this removes a huge risk, because if you look at 20,000 coins on the market, many of them started as an ICO. They went out to the market and said, I have an idea, please give me your money, and I'll give you tokens. And then I'm going to take your money, and I'm going to try to make this idea a reality. So you invested in a dream. And sometimes it worked out, sometimes it doesn't. In PLCU, we invested into infrastructure. There was 11 blockchain-based projects. They got a MasterCard that is globally available. There was already a huge community, already technology, 7,000 patents. There's a lot of things that you were investing in, which has fundamental value. It's an infrastructure of value. It's not just an idea. And just by this separates PLCU from probably 15,000 of the other cryptocurrencies, because most of them are first getting the money and then work on the idea. This company first worked on the idea, and then they don't even take the money, they give the money to the community. So that's a big difference. So launch strategy was very important. Number 3, we look at maximum supply. Is the maximum supply cap? Yes. We can look here that they have a maximum supply of 11 million coins. Now, that sounds like a lot of coins, and we will probably never be more than now we're over 500, but it's going to stabilize somehow here, 600 to 700,000 coins. Why? Is because they stopped the minting process, and there's soon going to not be any people minting the coin, and therefore we're never going to go much higher than what is right now. So we're going to be under 1 million coins in circulation. But the second question here is, what is it deflationary or inflationary? Now, this coin has a burning mechanism, which means that there were over 1 million coins created, but of these 1 million coins, 500,000 has been burnt. And the reason is because in every single transaction, there's a burning mechanism that burns the coin. But what does it mean? It means that their supply gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And if we look at the cryptocurrency market cap of a coin, if we look at the amount of coins times the value of the coin, if the value of the coin, or if the market cap remains and you remove coins from the market, the price has to move up. So with the same demand, with a deflationary coin, you can reduce the supply and increase the price with the same amount of demand. So what happens now is that the opportunity for you to profit is higher because of the burning mechanism. If you give it enough time, there's going to be so much burning happening that over time, it's going to be less and less and less and less coins on the market, and more and more and more people who wants the coin, as long as the company has the future development and generating demand. And this is something that's very important. So when we look at PLCU as a project, yes, it was a deflationary coin, which is giving us a higher excitement for this project, because the value rise can be faster and higher. And that is very important for us to understand, because of the supply gets smaller and the demand increases, which is 2 mechanisms of a value increase. So that is the tokenomics, guys. Let's look at the demand and the value proposition utility. So why would people buy this coin? You know, what is the reason? What is the infrastructure? And this is very important. You know, we got different coins like crypto.com that is purely operating on a debit card. The only value proposition for crypto.com is that they have a debit card, and if you have coins, you can use them to get a debit card. And if you freeze the coins, you get a better debit card. Now, this company has that with a better card. This is only one of 11 different projects. I'm just going to start with this one because I have it in my hand. So PLCU has a debit card that ships to 100 more countries than crypto.com. It has higher spending limits, and you need the PLCU coin to be able to get the card. And the more coins you have, the bigger card you can get. You got to freeze the coin, you get the card. You can also get 100% cash back using this card. So now we're talking about utility and asking, will people want to buy this asset or products in this infrastructure that indirectly supports the coin? I would say that the whole world is looking to save money or make money right now with the inflation happening. We're looking at the war. We're looking at the financial challenges that's happening. Every single person is going to open their ears when they hear about saving money. So this company has developed an infrastructure that generate demand for the coin with the debit card, with the cashback program. We can get 50 to 100% cashback on all your spendings. They have an e-commerce platform on the blockchain, crowdfunding platform, and they keep developing. And this is the second point, the future development with 7,000 patents. This company has been working for the past 6 years to build the foundation of this project. So when we looked at this in the beginning, this was the major thing for us, that we were looking at a project where we did not invest into an idea, but a ecosystem, into an infrastructure. And it just needs time to reflect in the price. When we can see this, we see the tokenomics is in our favor, and there's a demand that is going to rise as this all become launched. I get very excited. And the last point is the competitors. Now, I don't see any in the market that has everything that this company has. Yes, we have competitors in terms of debit card with Binance. We got Crypto.com, FTX launching their own card with Visa, but there's only 20 countries. If you look at the Asian, African countries, there is no competition. We look at the e-commerce platform. I haven't seen any e-commerce platforms on the blockchain offering 50% cashback. I have not seen any debit card offering 100% cashback with coins. I have never seen these kind of developments where all comes together in one platform. And this makes it a very unique project in that aspect. And competitors, it's probably going to come a lot. But what this company has an edge is that this company has 6 years experience in the market, which no competitor can ever take away from them or can duplicate. So this gives a lot of power to this project. Now, demand check. There is going to be general demand, debit card, cashback program. They got the minters with the PLCU X, which is another coin that generates you income by freezing it. And there is a lot of future developments, 7,000 patents. They're working on a social media platform. They're working on a travel platform, working on a chat function with a crypto chat application. They're working on artificial intelligence marketing system. Everything is in alignment with growing the community and increasing the demand. Competitors, I would say there's different competitors, but they all focus on one thing. And if you look at the general concept, I don't see competitors in the market yet. And if they come, they're still 6 years behind. So that is on the second point. Then raving fans. I do believe we have raving fans in this company. I know it for sure, as I've been in many of the events of PLCU. I've been looking at from the outside. I've been really participating in a lot of the events and seeing that there is raving fans on a different level. The community is 1.5 million people. The culture is incredible in terms of just people being excited about this project. I know that there's people in India that even put, Alex's face, the founder's face, on the wall next to the grandma and the grandpa in the middle, Alex's face. If that's not the definition of raving fans, I don't know what is. So when we looked at that, we were shocked. Like, we went to the office and there's people there every single day. They're excited. They're talking about it. They're bringing people. They're explaining. They're educating. They are really bringing this concept to the world. And the company has so much free marketing because of this. And this is incredible. Now, community growth. The company is not only growing extremely fast in terms of members. There's hundreds of thousands coming into the company every few months. And the reason is because the company is paying out in an affiliate plan 91% on all products they're offering. Now, this is very important. So when we look objectively now, and I'm always looking objectively as an investor, or I'm someone like in 2017, if I was sitting in my little room, 2017, looking at the coin, and I'm hearing about this, I'm hearing about a project with 1.5 million people that has I'm going to show you now, has a Telegram. Where is Telegram? I'm going to open Telegram. Has a Telegram channel with the let me see here, 100. I'm going to find it here. There we go. 112,000 subscribers. And this is making me excited because there is a lot of people. When we look at many other cryptocurrencies on the market, they have Telegram channels of like maximum 10,000. And I'm talking about top 50 projects. I looked at many of them. And if you look at this, like 20,000 views on many of these, 15,000 views, it is incredible when you're looking at this and realizing what kind of community. So this was very important for me. Community is very important when you look at everything. So do they have a big community? Absolutely. They have community growth. It's growing extremely fast. Last time I checked in, the Telegram was 100,000. Now it's 12,000 more. And they have an active way of growing it through affiliate systems, but also participating in sponsoring the biggest cryptocurrency event in the world. They were the biggest sponsor of the European crypto convention not long ago, and they keep sponsoring the biggest cryptocurrency events. So they have a very good online presence with the Telegram group and a very strong offline presence in the cryptocurrency arena, being the sponsor in events where Binance and the biggest companies are attending. Now, community retention, the company is already working on this in terms of social media platform, crypto chat function to create culture and really emerging the culture and the people of the culture into this company. But more important is that the company is sharing all of their generated profits back to the community. So the community is not only raving fans, and the reason is because they make a lot of money in this company, because the people realize that the more the company grows, the more they will make money. When you have cracked the code that you build a big community of people that cares about the growth of your company, then you have something very exciting. And that was the main thing for me when I look at this, because I started off by saying community is the most important part. And this company has cracked it to say they're building a community that people that wants it to succeed bigger because they're going to make more money. And that it makes sense. So yes, community size and culture, incredible, 1.5, 1.6 million members, growing by hundreds of thousands of people every few months, big events offline, 2,000 people in 2 weeks, hosting big events, sponsoring big conventions and exhibitions, online, a good YouTube presence. We look in YouTube, for example, a lot of education and marketing videos in different languages. So they have a huge marketing team. If you search for PLCU on Google, is there articles written about PLCU? Let's look at the PLC Ultima. There is a lot of different, let me go down here. This is all these different ones. There we see a lot of different, from Blockchain Expo, Crypto Rank, we see different, what's it called? Newspapers that's covering PLCU. So we know that there is a lot of different news coverage, and there's a lot of big newspapers covering. I think the company just posted recently about another one. They were posting here about, this is analyticsinsight.net, another big online publication, which is covering the project, saying it's a top 10 most fastest growing cryptocurrencies worth watching in 2022. So all in all, guys, when I'm looking at this, I'm saying also we have a community retention because the company is involving the community in the growth of the company, and everyone is benefiting from it. So that's what I was looking at. So when we go back and again, and we summarize what I've just shared with you, and this is specifically for the PLCU community and for any coin, stop looking at this. Stop looking at this. What we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to look at the tokenomics, is to look at the value proposition and utility of the coin. Look at the raving fans of it and understand that when you put this together, you can zoom out and you take away this zooming device. And what you're doing now is that you see the full picture and you understand that when you are reviewing a cryptocurrency, it is so important that you as an individual understand how to analyze a project. Why? You are going to go from being a very emotional, freaked out person when the price go up and down, when you have not done your analysis. When I buy a coin, I do it after I have analyzed and I understand it. And when I buy it, I don't care if the price drops or goes up, because I've set in my mind that I believe, based on my analysis, that 1 year from now, my asset is going to hold higher value. So I buy, I put to the side, and I get to work with my businesses, with whatever I'm busy with. And I forget about it. I don't look at the price. And this is important. Why do you buy Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency? Because most people, what we're doing, and this is why you lose money, is every single day you wake up and look at the price. And then you're going to message everyone you know about the price. Look, it went down, went down, went down. Oh, it went up, it went up. Oh my God, we need to buy more. And what happens now, you become emotional. You have no analysis. You have not done any form of research, and emotions will kill you in the market. And this is why you all lose money. That's why everyone loses money in the market. We need to step away from emotions. We need to zoom out. We need to do analysis. And from that point of view, it's very clear of what is happening. And that is how we profit in the cryptocurrency market. So when we look at PLCU, we believe that they are in a process of becoming a project can do 100x. It's already been to 100x before. I mean, from now, it's already been at 100K. But other bonuses, the company's been around for 6 years. They got a CEO that's public, that is very passionate, which is adding on to this. They have a lot of more things that is giving this project a lot of value. And when you look at from this perspective, guys, it is why, and I'm now for the new people on the call, you will understand later if you come into our community, why this frustration is here. But a lot of people in our community, they come in based on emotions because someone made them excited. And the second there's movements in the market, they get afraid. Message, my phone way every morning, 30 messages. The price is down. And when it go up, they get excited and they want to buy more. And they lose, and they lose, and they lose. But the real investors, the people making money, they are looking at this point on the picture. They make a decision. They forget about the coin. They will look at it in 6 months' time, 1 year's time. They will hold it because they know that it doesn't matter what happens per day. What matters happens per month or per year. That is what we have. And it doesn't matter what the price is today, because today you're not going to sell today. You're going to sell when the price is high. So why do you care what it is today? So this is very, very important to understand, guys, in terms of analyzing a coin and finding 100x projects. So a lot of people would now ask, okay, so, or I will ask you guys, do you see growth potential in, let's say, as an example that used today for the new people, do you see growth potential in PLCU? And everyone on the call, do you see there's growth potential in this coin? I want to ask you guys, because this is only my analysis. I cannot predict the future. It is my analysis. You have to make your own. Do you guys see growth potential in this coin? Do you think the community will grow? Do you think the company will develop more things? Do you think the CEO is going to bring more things to the world? Do you think that there's going to be higher demand? Do you think that they're going to go for another 5 years? They've already been there for 6. All right, so I think we're all in agreement. So let me just do one comment, guys, and I want you to take this with one. So why are you stressing? Why are you stressing? Take a screenshot of this, guys, and put it on your phone. And every time you want to message me about the price, whether they go up or down, you look at this and you stop. You don't do it. So yeah, perfect, guys. And take the screenshot and then send it to everyone. And then you send this recording to them if they're stressing. Okay. So the question is, what should we do then? If we're not stressing, guys, what should we do? If we're not stressing, what should we do? This is the question. Okay. If we're not stressing, what else can we do? A lot of people love stressing, so you're gonna be very angry now. But if you don't stress, okay, what can we do? If you have made a decision and you said yes, and you said, okay, I see future growth potential, you should get to work to make more money so you can get more coins. Because if you have understood that this asset is going to rise in value, you want more of it. And that's simple. So you will find a way to make more money so you can get more of the asset. Okay, that's much better than stressing. I promise you. Stressing is going to hurt your heart, and it's going to make people around you think that you're a douche, and it's not going to make your life better. But getting more coins could make your life better. Okay, especially when you have done a good analysis. You can help build the community. Why? Because the bigger the community, the bigger the demand, and the more the value of your coins. So you should actively then stop stressing and start help build the community. That is the most important part. Number 3 is to support the company. Okay, support the company. If whatever coin you buy, I will support the company. I remember back in the day, I bought cryptocurrencies, and then I went into Telegram and I was doing graphic design, and I started doing graphic design and posters and stuff for this coin. I was helping them. We were doing videos, me and my friend, for these projects. We were helping them go viral, and we got paid 0. But why did we do it? Because we understood that if we support this company and I hold my assets that grows with the growth of this company, it is good for me. So instead of stressing, guys, take your stress, put it in a box, kick it out from the window, and get to work. Get more money so you can get more coins. Help the community grow, support the company, and be patient. Money will not be made overnight, guys. You have to be patient. If you look at the Bitcoin graph, imagine the people waiting from 2010, no movements, until 2017 when the price exploded. But who benefited the most? The people who benefited the most are those people who understood when to move in and buy cryptocurrency. Who made the most amount of money in Bitcoin, guys? Who made the most amount of money? It is people who bought there and waited patiently. They did not get afraid when the price dropped here or there. And they made a lot of money. What are the next group of people making money with Bitcoin? Oh, the people who bought here. Again, they waited. There was ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. And then they profited, they made money. The next time is there, another drop. And if you want to look at these arrows, and then you start researching when the biggest investors and the biggest firms and the biggest hedge funds were buying crypto, I'm quite sure that you're going to understand that these arrows are pointed at that exact moment. So we should learn from that. And what is happening right now? Everyone is buying crypto. Not now. Let me change that. Everyone should be buying crypto right now because the biggest countries, El Salvador is buying it. The biggest hedge funds, the biggest Bitcoin investors are buying crypto. They're all buying now. But we are seeing that this biggest fear in the market in the past 70 days, we have never had so much fear. But the biggest countries and investors are buying. So what can we learn? Millions are made by those buying when there's fear and patiently waiting until there is excitement in the market and they sell with a profit. It is so simple. And I hope that today, guys, you have learned something and you walk away from this webinar with some extra knowledge. And I've never shared this before because this took us many, many, many years to break down for ourselves what kind of steps we go through to analyze and spot good projects. You can use this yourself, not only on PLCU, but on any project. There's good projects out there. But on PLCU, I did it for you. And we believe that PLCU is a potential 100x project. So with that said, guys, I'm going to stop the recording. And for those new people on the call, I invite you to go back to the person who invited you to this call and ask about the community of PLCU, because we are here to build a community, to increase knowledge about cryptocurrency, to profit from the cryptocurrency market, to leverage of PLCU's projects. And then we will go into the crypto world and diversifying different coins and building wealth. Okay, holding PLCU, getting some Bitcoin, getting some Ethereum, getting some project. And we're going to do this as an elite group of people that is coming together. And the first step is to get your financial freedom and to get you the capital. And we believe PLCU is the best step for you to build capital, actively and passively. So go in to this community, and I'm inviting you to go in. It's not a demand, but join this community and join us on first make the money, because you need initial capital. And the fastest way to do is with PLCU. And then you're going to be invited at calls like this. This is a public call. We're also going to do private calls when only certain individuals that is actively growing this community and working with us. We're going to have VIP sessions where we're going to sit down and we're going to take our profits and diversify into the crypto market. And we're going to do many 100x in the crypto market and setting ourselves up for life. And me and our business partners are planning for this. And we, again, remind you of the first step. Build your capital. And PLCU is the best step, in our opinion, to do that. That's why we're so actively working with this project right now to help you get the starting capital so you can go in and really build a strong portfolio in the crypto market before the boom happens. And you have a limited amount of time. I'm saying this because we are seeing the movements now, guys. We might have a new drop coming soon, but in the whole crypto market, but then it's going to take off. And before it takes off, you need to have capital in the markets. So if you really want to change your life in the coming years, it's now time to get to work, because another bull market is not going to come in another 6 years, 5 years, guys. So now is the time to really get to work to build a generational wealth, and we can do it quickly if we follow the steps that I've done. So summarize, guys. When we're looking at crypto projects, we are looking at not the graph, but we zoom out. We don't care about the price, but we zoom out. We look at tokenomics. We're looking at utility. We're looking at community, and we make a decision. We put the decision to the side, and then we stop stressing and we get to work. We increase our capital. We get to work in our businesses, in whatever way we can gather more money, so we can get more money into the markets. We support the community, we support the company. And with PLCU, you have the greatest way to grow your capital and support the community and earn money by doing it. And with that capital, you can build financial wealth, financial independence. And that is our mission with me and my business partners then. So with that said, guys, I hope you learned something today, and I'm going to stop the recording, and we're going to go into Q&A. So if you listen to this on the recording, make sure that you always join us live when you can, because the Q&As are always powerful as well. So take care, guys, and I love you all.